talk so loud.
There I am.
Oh, check. We shall all be good now.
Practice what you preach.
Telling me that. Say one thing, you I'll never go back.
Go back.
There is a lesson that I want to.
Here I am, practice on me. Remember that part where he was like, no.
No, you just keep. No, you just keep.
I forgot.
No, you just keep.
Yo, he did it. It was the same part over and over and over again.
Oh, I do.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, that joint still be coming on the radio like often.
IDO. That song comes on the radio like it's new.
Yeah, that joint still come on like
It has to come on forever because that song is dope.
Yeah, that song is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want Jay-Z and Jeezy to do an album together.
I feel like Jeezy at some point is gonna clear his throat and just sound different. He's gonna be like, yeah, because you know, he's gonna be like, for years my voice sounded like that, and now this is my real voice. I haven't heard my real voice since I was 5 years old, before the drug games.
First of all,
This is me, young Jeezy.
young Jay Jenkins Jeezy. First of all, hold on. What would be in his throat to make him sound like that since the beginning of his career?
I don't know.
Like, what is in there?
I don't know. I just feel like
snowman.
I just feel like this can't be his actual voice.
He lost his accent and everything, yo. Like, he lost everything.
He just sounds like Hank from accounting.
That's right. He just probably got a bunch of, like, crushed up Field Mob albums in his throat. And then that's why he
Because
sound
no
like,
one knows where those albums went.
exactly.
Yo, crushed up Field Mob albums.
I feel like Jeezy could be like in a car with like, I don't know, some street niggas, and he just be in there like, now what we gonna do is gonna go up the block. We gonna hit these niggas for all they got. And what have I been doing with my life? This isn't the life I wanted to live.
Because he wouldn't say that in the car with that other voice. Like, what have I been doing with my life? This ain't the life I wanted to live. Like, nah.
Yo.
I guess what I had in my throat was resentment for myself, the streets, the drug game. What was I doing?
I'm like, dog, that's never you.
Jeezy sound like that, yo.
What's Jeezy's real name?
Jay Jenkins.
That's really his real name?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Let me see.
Yo, I'm telling you, his name is Jay Jenkins. What?
Now, if I look it up, and
What is
it's
this
not
Jeezy
there.
I've been saying all these years? I'm just Jay.
Right, I'm just
Jay Jenkins.
Jay Jenkins.
Let me go get a desk
What
job.
do it say?
All right, his name is Jay Wayne Jenkins.
I told you.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, honestly, I just remembered it. I don't know.
Why you tripping? I'm just fine. 7:45. About that time.
Jeezy,
I don't know how I keep
yeah.
damn, my throat killing me.
Jeezy just would have took a Halls back in 1993. He would have been on that. He might not be a rapper right now.
Yo.
Or did any drugs.
He just need a whole pot of tea. Like the entire thing, yo. Fresh off the whistle. Like it just need to just
off the whistle.
yeah, just fresh off the whistle, yo. He just need to pour it down his throat.
Got the tea bag in his throat and just poured the hot water
Put hot
in it.
water in there, yo. Straight down. He
Who's
be
another rapper that has like a voice like that?
Ja Rule. Ja Rule never sounded.
Ja Rule need like mad Halls.
Him and
Ja Rule just sound like
yeah,
this all
Ja
the
Rule
time.
just sound like that all the time, yo. Ja Rule is Ja Rule. Jada Kid's voice is scratchy all the time.
True.
Like, no matter what, it's scratchy. Whether it's high, whether he talking regularly. Yeah, hey, you know I did. His voice was just, it's always like that. But,
Remember the on Welcome to D Block
yeah.
on The Kiss of Death?
Yeah.
And he did his usual, but it was like followed by this deep.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, go back and listen to that song.
Hey, yo.
I was like, why did he do all
Why
that?
was that? Like, that second one was, like, unnecessary.
I'm about to find that shit.
I used to love that, John. no, yo. That sounds like somebody turned on like a mini chainsaw or something. Ew, yeah, that joint was weird. Like, first of all, you know what kind of like throat power you had to use to make that noise?
What up, what up, what up? This is the Aux Chord. I'm Ant.
I'm Jazzy Miyagi.
I'm J-Mar.
Hey, yo.
And we the plug. First and foremost, please remember to hit us up. AuxChordcast at Twitter and Instagram. AuxChordcast at gmail.com. We want to interact. We want to respond. We want to answer your questions. We want to do follow-ups with your comments or even critiques of what we got on the show. Y'all been hearing anything? What y'all been hearing?
Well, somebody wanted to cancel me because I critiqued Kendrick Lamar and Childish Gambino.
Hey, man, shout out Sick Joker.
But I don't care. I'm going to continue to speak my mind.
I think I just heard, the only one thing I heard was, like, because I said, I'm sorry. Because we kept joking about R. Kelly and talking about R. Kelly. But I think that was just I'm sorry just came out because we kept joking about him. I'm not really sorry. I don't care about R. Kelly. So, I mean, it is what it is. But no, other than that, no.
You didn't get any backlash about, like, what we had to say about R. Kelly? No?
I got backlash because I said, I'm sorry, but we keep talking about R. Kelly.
Oh.
Like, because I apologized for it. So I could have kept talking about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I ain't get no backlash about what we said about him. He deserved all the jokes. Every single one.
Did you see, he just put up a video saying, like, oh, I got to do this show out in, I don't know what
Somewhere
town
in
that
Illinois.
is. Yeah, in Illinois. And
He told the media
so
take
if you
it easy.
so if you see me out with a couple drinks in my hand, media, take it easy.
Take it easy.
This how I got to make my money now.
Somebody on
What?
Yeah.
somebody on Twitter was like, LMFAO, why aren't you in jail?
Yo, for real, though. He just out here.
he out here smiling and
It's funny, boy. Not gonna go to jail.
Yeah, I
yo.
don't think he's going to go to jail.
that's crazy. Because it's always a new topic.
His
Like,
life
every
is like some
weekend, people
video.
forget.
Like, it's just an adventure. Like, it's just a...
An adventure.
Like,
The
it's
wacky adventures of Robert Kelly.
Yeah, it's just like every day is just a new level, and he just got to
That boy
get
got so
through
many
everything.
lives, yo.
I know.
Yeah. He just
Game genie.
getting away from paparazzis and telling
Paparazzi.
media. Right. This is like level 6 for him already. It's just called Take It Easy.
That's stupid.
That's stupid.
Use your common sense.
It's like, dog.
Me?
Nah, he ain't going to jail, yo.
Not-
Unfortunately. I'm just going to escape jail. It is trash.
I don't know. They might get
It's an
him.
evil genius.
We're in a different time. I don't think he's going to get away with this. It might be like lighter than the public would like, but I think he's going to be reprimanded in some way, some shape or form by the law. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Coming for him.
But first and foremost, we have to give our proper respects to Nipsey Hussle, formally. I put the disclaimer in the beginning of the last episode, but we weren't able to have that discussion because it was literally, we finished the episode right before we heard the news.
How did you feel like the day that you found out, like, as the news was breaking?
I heard he was shot, but I kept hoping he wasn't going to die. And then when they announced that he did, I think NBC tweeted it on their account.
Yeah, that confirmed it.
That in the moment I didn't know how to feel. I mean, obviously it's devastating, but it was more so unbelievable. Like, I didn't believe what I was reading. It was like, nah, not Nipsey. Nipsey ain't calling.
It just seems so
Yeah.
random. Like, after y'all left, I was glued to my phone, like, on Twitter, and, like, tears were just streaming down my face. Like, they didn't even announce that he was deceased, but the whole situation, just the possibility was, like, really, like, tearing me up. I was literally eating macaroni and cheese and tears. Like, I was so sad. And then when I saw the news, I was in shock, and I couldn't believe it. And I called my friend and I texted my friend who I know is a really big Nipsey Hussle fan, and we were both really upset. And it's been a very rough week for me, for everybody, and it's strange because it's not like Nipsey Hussle was like in my top 5 rappers, or like I knew like every song in his catalog or anything like that. So I didn't understand like why am I so sad, but just looking at all the posts and just every single post, every single thing said about this man was so positive, and I'm just like, why him?
Right.
It's unfair. I thought about his wife, I thought about his kids, I thought about you guys, because like y'all all young black men and it's dangerous out here. Like,
it is.
And it just really, I've been crying like on and off like all week. And at first, like I refrained from listening to his music because I don't know, it was just really emotional. But I finally turned on his music, I think like maybe 2 or 3 days like after the news broke, and it kind of made me feel better. Like I was blasting Double Up like on repeat in my blue little car. So I'm actually, I always complain about my little car, but like I'm grateful for it. And I named my car Nipsey to honor the great.
Right.
My little blue car.
Color match.
What about y'all?
This is really first celebrity death that actually got to me.
Yo,
like
me
the
too.
way that it got to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan when he died. That didn't, I was sad, but it ain't really destroy me like that.
Right.
I was a huge Bernie Mac fan. That ain't really destroy me like that. But it was just something about the Nipsey Hussle thing, and basically because of how much positive I saw that he was doing, and it almost make you like that type of stuff not supposed to happen to people. That positive, you're doing so much good for your community and everything. You don't expect his own community to take him out. Somebody from his own community to take him out.
Exactly.
And I even believe that's where those conspiracy theories, I think that was all a coping mechanism, because we didn't want to believe that
It was just
somebody from
in
the
his
neighborhood
community.
would just be like, yo, I'm going to take him out. You was like, yo, he was doing too good. It got to be the white man. Got to be the government that took him out. There's no way some nigga just ran down on Nipsey.
It's interesting that you said you feel like people use the whole conspiracy thing as a coping mechanism, but initially I didn't see it as that at all. It kind of like upset me, kind of angered me a little bit, because I feel like I get frustrated often, especially like with black people, because I feel like we as a people always point the finger at the government. And yeah, the government has a history of doing some crazy stuff or whatever, especially in regard to racism and race and everything. But sometimes you have to look in the mirror. Like, you have to take accountability. Black on black crime is a thing. Like, it's a thing, and it shouldn't be continuously swept under the rug. Like, I understand. Like, I don't like to. I know that's two separate arguments, like white people killing black people and police killing unarmed black men. But like, at the end of the day, like, we can't just turn a blind eye at black on black crime. Like, that's really an issue. And I feel like we need to take accountability. It's not always the government. It's your black neighbor, like, trying to kill you, jealous of you.
Yeah.
So I think we as a people need to just acknowledge that. And I think, unfortunately, this death is really, really, really shining a light on it. Like, it has to stop. I understand people are still, the conspiracy theories or whatever, but nothing's impossible. I'm not saying that, but
It's
like
not.
Yeah,
Dr.
Sebi.
Sebi thing, like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why they would want to take him out for that. Like, I can comprehend, like, when y'all explain it to me in y'all tweets, but I really don't think that's the reason. That was somebody, like, that was clearly hating.
I was just a little hater, man. Yeah,
And that's the
like a
corniest
reach.
part. That's the corniest part, that it was just a hater from the community. Like,
a boy Nipsey could have put you on. Anything.
He was the person that tried to help you
job
out.
off that. You see somebody helping out your community.
No,
community you
but
live
he
in
was a
every
known. They
day.
said he was a known
Yeah,
snitch,
you
though.
a
known
known
snitch.
snitch.
That's why Nipsey told him to get out of there. Boy got mad. He came back. He shot shit up. Like, it was That's whack.
Just sit back and
It's
enjoy
corny the way
what
he
the
did it,
hell he
man.
doing for your community. Taking out these positive ass people. We our biggest fucking enemy. Like that shit
And
is corny.
And he really thought that doing that was going, I don't know, make things better. It's like, dog, that's making your whole situation way worse, yo.
Yep. Idiot. He ain't
You
even think of the long
about
game.
it. Like, do you realize that, like, yeah, Nipsey Hussle was a great person. He wanted to help out everything, but don't forget he got a pass, and don't forget he was a whole Crip. Like, don't forget that, like,
There's people who gonna
gang
ride
stuff
for
is
him.
gang activity is like they got their own codes and everything, man. You shot him, it's a wrap for you. And you went to jail, and you not out to try to go and move nobody or save nobody. Yo,
And like
over.
Dave East said, like a sucker took out a king, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
And then after he did it, while he was on a run, he checked into a mental facility, and there are news reports that he's known to have been in and out of those facilities, like mental illness facilities. But I'm not trying to use that as an excuse
That
right
always
now. Like,
happen- always comes
that's
up.
I hate
strate-
that, yo.
I really think that was
was
strategic,
strategic,
so he
yo.
can
You
like
trying to
plead
plead, you trying to plead
insanity.
insanity.
Like
I mean,
that's
he already pleaded not guilty.
that's so sinister. Like
Nah,
that's
you
just
know
sinister.
what? Because street justice ain't gonna care about your insanity.
Right.
So you might get off, even if you got off in the court of law, by some miracle. Them streets ain't gonna let you live.
no, the
Yeah, he's
streets
a
ain't
dead
gonna let
man
him
either
live.
way.
It's just a shame that like
I'm mad
people
the
really
cops
go
got
that
him.
route. Yeah, I know. I'm mad the
I
cops
wish
got him
the
too.
streets would
Yeah,
have
a
got
lot
him.
of people had
And
that
I don't
same
even be
sentiment.
wishing that type of stuff for nobody, but I really wish
Yeah,
would've just got
I
some
feel
street
bad.
justice.
I know you're not supposed to wish death on people, but that bye
that nigga don't deserve to be living right now.
at all.
standing on
He's
that.
ugly.
Seeing
Oh my-
everything.
inside and out. He's so
Seeing-
ugly. I'm
seeing
like,
the way
ew.
everybody feel and like seeing everything that's going on. It's kind of like, yo, I wonder how he really feels. It's like, do you really feel good about what you did?
He
but-
looks crazy.
He probably don't got no feelings towards this thing right
He
now.
probably
For
don't.
real, for real.
Probably soulless.
You would have to be.
Like,
Yo, I don't understand, dog.
I just can't wrap
We
my
can't-
head around this.
Because I feel like you. Like, I don't remember the last time a celebrity death really hit me like that. And like you said, Nipsey wasn't. I'm not gonna act like I've been following him his whole entire
Right.
career. Like I always knew who he was, but I didn't like follow everything. Like his album was like the first full thing I heard just because I kept hearing how hot it was, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this man got like one of the best albums last year, and now it's like I'm excited to hear more now when he comes
Right.
out, and now I'm not gonna be able to.
That was the most annoying
it's
part
like,
of the whole
yo.
thing. Well, one of the annoying parts is that what kind of sick joke is this? You such a positive person, and then the damn icing on the cake is that you a good rapper, and I can't get no more music from you.
Right.
Right.
And all the people saying, "Oh, now y'all Nipsey Hussle fans," you sound stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
stop
like, what does
doing
that
that.
matter?
that
yo?
is so.
Stop
when
doing
people
that.
do
That
it.
narrative is dumb. Like we can honor the person.
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
about
Before the
how
music, we-
long.
Right.
First of all, we're all human beings. Like, people make a big deal. Like, if you say, like, oh, rest in peace. Oh, now y'all want to save. Like, what? Like, a
Yeah.
human being died. And there's
stood
no
for something.
rules in regard to when and at what point you start to like somebody's music. He's been out since what, 2009, maybe even before that. Somebody could listen to their music for one day, and he could immediately enter their top 5. Like, there's
Just like that.
just like that. Like, oh, I really feel this person. Like, you don't know how that person relates to music and
Exactly.
and how they internalize things. Like, I wish people would stop. Oh, now y'all want to be. No, shut up. Yes, now we want to listen to it.
People be acting like
right.
people
It
act-
doesn't-
they be acting like they discovered these people or something.
Right.
Exactly. And in other people's defense, like, he just became mainstream. Like, was considered an underground artist. Like, he's underground for a reason. Like,
It's like he was never like he was never super mainstream. He was He was on people's like
Oh my
albums.
God, he
Yeah,
never
and
had
then
no
once
deal.
you get mainstream, simple math, more you start to get more exposure. You start to gain more fans. Like, duh.
He never had no deal. Everything he did was from the muscle.
And
man.
that's respect.
The
And even-
definition is self-made.
exactly.
Yeah, for real though.
Definition is self-made. I kind of feel like this is how people felt when Pac died.
Yeah, like
Like-
and like Davey said again, like he said, I wasn't around when Pac died. I couldn't feel that.
Too
I
young,
wasn't
couldn't feel that.
Yeah, like, and I agree with him.
The way this joint cut, I really was like, I was talking to my girl today. I was like, yo, I really wish that I was too young to understand this. I wish that
Right.
I wasn't sitting here trying to wrap my head around why this
Rationalize.
person is dead and trying to rationalize
Rationalize irrational
why this
behavior,
fool
like-
is dead. Like this
Yeah.
is crazy. Like it really hurt.
It does.
And I wish I was like, yo, I wish I was in a mindset where I couldn't feel this pain or understand this pain.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the only one, but like, I haven't, like I said to y'all, like ever since he died, I haven't turned on anybody else's albums. So it's like as I'm listening to it, any project, I listen to it so much that it's like I know he's dead, but it makes me feel like he's not. Like it's like
Right.
I just keep listening, and I'm just like, yo, this boy is hot, yo.
Because as much as we're mourning with the loss, we're celebrating his life too.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I get that feeling like he's not dead. Like I would just go back. I can listen to the same album over and over. Like yo, boy, hot. Now he was hot. Like he is. And
I feel you,
just-
Ayo. I think that's why, like, listening to his music when I finally came to grips with it made me feel better because his voice was like there. But once I turn the music off and then I go on social media and I see all the posts and all the tributes, I just lose it
Yeah,
because it's like, dag, like reality hits.
yeah.
Because like I
it's
feel like
real.
music is an escape from reality sometimes. Like you just in the musical world, and then once it cuts off, it's like, here we are.
Like, and it's like it's no telling how long all the posts gonna last. Like you still go on there today and see Nipsey posts all over the place, and
I
it's
don't,
like
I don't think
like
it's
it-
gonna end.
Yeah, like
for a long
honestly,
time.
like not to try to bring up another death, but it's like I think this is gonna last longer than that Triple X death though. People don't do the Triple X post no more. Not saying that they shouldn't, not taking anything away
Yeah,
from it. It's
you know
just,
why?
Well, then
I see a
there was a lot of
difference
negative.
in,
There was a lot of negative
There's
thoughts
two
against
different
him
people.
too.
Yeah,
and
negative
right.
energy
Yeah.
around that.
A
There's
lot of
literally
people ain't like him.
right.
Yeah, that's why it hits harder too. Like we've been saying, because it's not like, oh well, yeah, his past life was probably coming to him. Like there was literally nothing like that.
Right.
And so many people had respect for him. Like even if you didn't listen to his music or you just knew his name, like somebody respected him. I was talking to my dad about Nipsey Hussle, and I was asking him. I was telling him, "Oh yeah, I've been playing Double Up like on repeat." He was like, "You know what? I don't really know too much of his music, but I always loved his name. Like certain stuff, he's like, I just thought his name was always dope, like Nipsey Hussle, like a play off of Nipsey Russell or whatever."
Right.
So there was always like, even if it was like his name or he was Bagels with him and Lauren London, like there was something about him that was attractive to people and he had an appeal. I know I've always known of him like since he came out. Cause to me, he reminded me of Snoop Dogg. Like, I'm like, oh my God, he's a light-skinned Snoop Dogg. And everybody knows I'm a big Snoop Dogg fan. So I'm like, I mean, if you anything like Snoop Dogg, you go with me. So like,
Yo.
and I would hear him on, what was that, Self-Made 2? Or is it Self-Made 1?
Self-made too.
Found the Youth. Like,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite tracks. And he really like made that song. I don't know, the song just came together with his voice in it. And like you said before, with Victory Lap, when people started saying like, "Oh, this is dope, I'm like, okay, like I see you, Nipsey, like this is dope.
Yeah.
And I also noticed, not to keep ranting, but people that I would talk to, I would ask them, okay, so who's your top 5? And it would surprise me. A couple people would say like, yeah, Nipsey Hussle. And I sat back, I was like, like that's different because normally we get the, oh, Hov, Nas, da-da-da. And even on social media, on Twitter, when people like put their top 5, I would see his name. I'm like, wow, he really must be coming up. Let me check him out.
His album was strong.
Debut album,
Grammy nominated.
Grammy nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Grammy
yo.
nominated. From the muscle, self-made.
Just the way he went out, though,
Lame.
will never sit right with me. Like how do you have that much jealousy, envy, and hate for somebody who's doing the right thing?
Yo,
The hood.
that question can
The
never
hood.
be.
And like,
Died in front of everything he created, yo.
yeah, is that like an insecure thing? Like
It is, yo.
insecurity is at an all-time high. If that's the reason behind it.
I
You know what I
heard,
mean?
ain't
Like-
trying to wrap my head. Like, he just a sucker.
I heard that on the guy Eric Holder, his original social media page, there's been fake pages made since then, but somebody found his original page and like he was like a wannabe rapper. So he's probably looking at Nipsey like, this is everything that I wanted. And there's this old video of Nipsey explaining like the mindset of an Eric Holder. Like you see like somebody like y'all both grew up in the same circumstances, but one person made it out and is doing everything that that person wants to do. So obviously I can't explain it as eloquently as he did, but it was eerie. Like everything about the situation is eerie. And I was reading the comments and like people were like dissecting the interaction. They said he walked up to Nipsey, was like talked to him or whatever, like shook his hand. And some, I don't know street codes or anything like that, but they said like shaking the hand could like represent like, oh, this is the target. And then he ran back. I think other people that were around him like left, and he knew that nobody in the store or around the store would have a gun on them because they were all
felons.
convicted felons.
That's why he kept going back.
Yeah. And like they said like it seemed like he kept going back to make sure that he was dead. So if there is a conspiracy, that one wouldn't be as far-fetched in my mind. Like somebody like that was just extremely jealous and sent that person to do it. But
Man, really
I don't
woke
even
up in the morning and get his homeboy some threads. Mans that
yeah,
got
it
out
just
of
keeps
jail
getting worse.
just went to go hook up your mans with some clothes.
Right.
Doing good to
Just
the
get
day he
taken out.
died. Yeah.
And then every damn day, they somebody always find a new video of him doing something more and more positive.
Yep.
I just saw one today. He's standing, he blocking the police from one of his mans or
Yeah,
something
I
like
see
Oh
that.
my God.
I'm like, yo, what? What was too perfect? Yo, we don't deserve people like that long.
Feeding the
People
kids
that
in
be that
Africa.
perfect don't last that long on this earth.
Which
yo.
is
And that's
like
the
a
saddest
shame,
truth of
yeah.
all time.
I ain't going back.
Dear future husband, if you're from the hood, you're not allowed to return. Just letting you know.
Cause it's like it's crazy. It's crazy that it's too dangerous to even go back. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like it's so, like I wouldn't even want like Will Smith to go back to West Philly or nothing like that. Just stay where you at, yo.
Yeah.
Just stay where you at.
Stay in
dog.
Bel Air, yo.
Stay
Yeah,
in
just stay in
Bel
Bel
Air.
Air, though. Stay in Uncle Phil house
That's
because
fearless people, man.
yeah, people out here
That
just
boy,
doing
yo,
things just to do it.
Nipsey Hussle was a fearless man, and that's why he was able to accomplish so much. I'm sure he knew. Every day, I'm sure it might have crossed his mind that he could get taken out. He know where he at.
Yeah.
He knew, but that ain't stop him from doing what he wanted to do. He was there. He used to be at that store, greeting people, taking pictures. People run up to him with their phone. He hugging them and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that was a stand-up dude.
Yeah.
I woke up in the middle of the night that night, and I happened to look at my phone, and we weren't the only. Like I swore it was mad people on Twitter. Like I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Anybody else
Yeah,
over here?
I
Like,
seen people
Yeah,
like
I
that
saw
too.
that.
it was wild.
They really couldn't, yo.
But like, just why though? Like, what kind of person are you? What kind of sucker are you? Like,
Not him.
to do that means you just have envy in your heart at all times. Like, how do you live like that? How do you walk around? How do you converse with people? How do you live that way? How are you that person? And the messed up part is there are people like that out here.
Yeah.
He's not the only one like that. And that's the saddest part, is that there's people out there who can't stand to see somebody doing a little better than them, somebody doing good for people, somebody you can't stand to see another person getting any kind of shine or accolade, even if it's just the admiration of people around that person. You can't stand it and you want it, and that's how you express it.
I just can't relate to that feeling at all.
Me
Like,
neither.
I love seeing people win.
How much
Like, I
energy
love
it take
it.
to hate.
I don't
Way
need
more.
I don't need to be quote unquote winning to appreciate somebody else winning. We all got the same 24 hours, but we're not all doing the same thing every day.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Somebody's like
Somebody is utilizing the 24 hours way better than you. Like,
or they could be
Or
doing it
just a
worse than
different
you.
way.
They could just be doing it differently. And it was their time. I don't understand it, and I never will.
Yeah, but we'll lose people like Nipsey Hussle, but we get to keep people like Kodak Black. Like,
Oh, that nigga.
like I hate him. Like, I never liked him. Like, I never did. And then he had all those disrespectful things to say. Like,
he be making it harder and harder for me.
like this is not a
to
joke.
support him.
Dog, I'm not supporting.
And
I'm
people
a
are
fan
like,
of his music,
his music's
but
not
then
even
I'm
great
like,
to me.
I'm like, that wasn't. It's not it, Chief. This ain't the one.
No.
What are you doing? It's
Exactly.
not the time to be trolling.
And people are like, oh, now y'all want to cancel Kodak because he said something about Nipsey and Lauren or whatever. And then people try to get all deep in Twitter language. The only reason why y'all care is not because of Lauren London, but because she's in proximity to a male and it's toxic masculinity. I'm like, oh.
I saw that.
Get that out of there.
I
What
saw
he
that.
said was wrong, period.
I saw that.
And people did address his sexual abuse allegations. I mean, at least I did. And even when he was talking about how he don't like dark skinned women, how he think they look like bugs and stuff like that, I've been cancel him, and I'm not even like a part of cancel culture. Like, I'm not the first person to be like, oh yeah, he's canceled. But like, I was like, ew. First of all, you're ugly. Second of all, your music is really not that great to me. Third of all, ew, we don't want you anyway.
Kodak Black.
He's disgusting. He's disgusting inside
This
and
nigga
out.
That boy funny. Not for this Nipsey thing, but that boy, he's a character.
off.
He's something else.
He's
Something else.
he's
Yeah,
off
I'm
in
trying
some
to
way.
think.
Wish he had, J. Cole said, wish he had guidance. Boy ain't got no guidance.
He young too.
He
It's
got
like,
no
yo,
guidance,
who
yo.
was raising you, yo?
Himself.
He's ignorant. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for Bull.
He
I'm
raising
trying. I try to be
himself.
compassionate, but I'm not compassionate when it comes to him. Some people I'm compassionate. No, I'm not compassionate. When it comes to him.
How
Learn
could
your
you
lesson.
be? How could you be? But prayers up to, God rest Nipsey's soul.
Nipsey Hussle, the
Prayers,
great.
prayers up to Lauren London. Prayers up to their family, his friends. It's a sad situation. You know what
Rest
I mean?
in power. The marathon continues.
Yes,
course.
sir. For
Always.
sure, yo.
Favorite Nipsey song that you could think of off the top of your head? One of your favorites.
Double up.
No love.
Double up.
I ain't telling no lies. I just
It might be double up and Ocean Views.
Ocean View is dope.
Ocean Views, double up, and Right Handed God.
my right-handed guy.
That's my song, man. That's it.
When I first heard Victory Lap, Hustle and Motivate was the one that stuck out to me.
Yo,
The beat, like
yo,
I'm like,
that-
what?
that
You
joint
flipping
crazy.
Hard Not Life?
Yo,
I thought about saying Hustle and Motivate, but I think I'm gonna go with Dedication. That's my shit.
I got a favorite Nipsey track yet.
you know,
His projects.
yo, listen to Slow Some Boy too.
I gotta do that too.
Dog. Honestly, I listened to everything that was on them streaming services, like literally every single thing that's on there. But I like Victory Lap and Slauson Boy too. I literally just bounce back and forth over those two. Like that's what I do now. Yo, they
Why you couldn't be a corny
Crazy.
rapper?
nah.
Damn.
Nope.
Nah, man. Like, I mean, I still been hurt about your death, but now you got me itching for new music.
Yeah, right.
I
Now you want
can't
new
get
music.
it.
I was
Yeah.
really looking forward to Nipsey and Meek's
Yo.
joint
Yeah,
album.
that-
I was
that
like,
ruined
oh my
that.
god,
I
I'm about to be.
forgot they was
Yeah.
supposed to make
I was
Yeah.
like,
It's gonna
I'm
be this
about to
summer.
be the most
They took away-
motivated
I mean,
individual ever. Like I
took-
was so hyped for it. I'm
They
like,
took away
yo.
my most anticipated album of the summer.
That
Yeah, I was looking forward to that
motivational
so
album, that album would have made us get up and do something.
Right.
And honestly, I'm
would've got
interested.
sponsored.
I'm interested to hear like what that would sound like. Like I've never heard Nipsey and Meek together, so I want to know what that's gonna
I
sound
heard
like.
them on something.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
I can't
like
believe we're
2011 or
talking
something.
about
Oh, yeah, that's what it
this.
is.
I know.
I can't believe this is the discussion.
this is weird.
I'm about to start crying, audience.
Yo, it doesn't hurt any less than it did last
Mm,
week.
They say time heals all wounds. It just
time
keeps
ain't
getting
healing
worse
nothing.
with the developments. Like it's just now there's rumors that Lauren London is 8 weeks pregnant. Like I can't. And the getaway driver claims she didn't know anything.
She's a lie.
Are you kidding
She's
me?
a damn lie. What you in the alleyway for? It's a whole damn parking lot
Right.
in the shopping center. What you in the alleyway for? You ain't question that? Oh yeah, yo, drive here. Yo, park in the alleyway. You ain't say for what? I don't know what I'm doing. But it's
Yeah.
all them spots there. No, park in the alleyway. Why? Why, Eric? Why am I parking in the alleyway?
Eric.
So he runs back to the car. What did you do? Nothing. Drive. But what did you do? He don't tell her shit. So the whole time you don't know shit until it's on the news.
Yeah, that's right there.
Huh?
It's like I'm not being no getaway driver unless you tell me what's up.
I ain't parking no alleyway or no place that got a parking lot. Unless you tell me what's
That's the
up.
bottom line. Like you're not parking.
Don't park in alleyways of places that have parking lots.
If you gotta take one lesson from this podcast, don't
That's-
park at alleyways.
I'm gonna instantly think that it's
I'm
gonna be a
instantly
shooting
assume
after
you
it.
shooting somebody.
Yeah, right.
Pull up here. No.
Park in the alleyway. Niz.
Wrong with these people.
over. No alleyways.
Yeah, she was right to turn herself in. The streets was after her ass too.
Man, streets is done.
They
Yeah.
they know
Wow,
you knew
Jay-Z
something.
Ben said it. The streets is done. Jay-Z, he gave reportedly 15 million.
That's
Nah, that was
Nah,
fake.
it's
false.
It got reported false.
Yeah, you gotta put it
Oh,
on.
okay. Why would you make
Fake
that
news.
up?
Who, what,
I don't
like,
know.
why
What is
would-
going on out here?
Don't just say anything.
Now that Jay-Z did a couple nice things, now
niggas
y'all want to
is-
just say he
niggas is
did.
weird.
I wonder how Jay-Z even feels about that. Like, how you just wake up and see that somebody
Jay-Z
said
is
that?
about to really do it now.
Yeah, right. It's like, come on now.
Somebody say, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just make up this story that Jay-Z made a trust fund for 15 mil for his children.
Who thinks of that? Like, who wakes up and says that?
What do you have to gain from that, yo?
I'm gonna say who gave 15 million. Like, why is that your evil plan in the morning? Like, why is that-
You know what's gonna fuck these niggas up?
Jay-Z got that
Jay-Z
15
giving
mil,
15
though.
mil to these kids.
Right.
And the plot twist, he really did.
Really ain't even do it. Crazy part is he able to though, but he didn't. Though. Like, come on, dog.
They gonna eat this one up.
That'll show the streets.
That will show Jay-Z. The hell you gotta show him?
Right.
So Jay-Z, you read anything about
That's
$15 million?
Probably like,
Shut up, Dad.
You crazy. Hey V, is there still $15 million in my account?
you still got that 15 million in that vegan account?
Sean.
Yes.
Blue. Shut up, Dad. You're crazy.
They call him Blue an icon.
Yo.
Really?
Yeah, because So Beyonce
Yeah,
is
what if they
putting.
nicknamed Blue Crip? His nickname Blue Nip.
Nip. Yo, they might as well, yo.
scared.
Change her name now.
It ain't gonna be changed.
Change your name now.
That's dumb as hell. I might take that out. Anyway.
Beyonce,
Snatch that joint out.
Right out.
Oh, Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
Beyonce is putting out a documentary of her Coachella performance or whatever, and there was like a short clip of Blue like dancing. She's like leading the choreography. She's just kind of like shaking her head, but everybody's like, "Oh my God, Blue icon! She giving y'all 10 years, you little pop princesses," and then Blue's coming. But
Undeniably.
You know what's gonna be funny?
Yeah, huge.
She gonna mess around and be a whack artist if she become one, yo.
she can't be.
She's
Nah.
going to be trash.
She got kicked.
I just want her to be trash so everybody can shut up.
No, let
Because
her
they
be
immediately
great.
think because they the offspring of Jay-Z and Beyonce that she's going to
Michael
be.
Jordan's son is whack. He's the offspring of Michael Jordan.
What's his name? Marcus Jordan?
Whack Jordan. That's what his name
Mediocre Jordan?
is. Yo, mediocre Jordan. That's the real MJ.
Yeah, right.
Mediocre Jordan.
What is Blue's name going to be?
Yeah, Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy.
Perfect stage.
Oh,
name.
I got
They
it.
said
Yeah,
they
I
got a
that.
future set. They have a future
Blue
set.
Z. Her nigga is right.
Blue Answer.
Right, Blue Once.
Z.
Beyonce Z.
Yo, Blue Once
Beyonce
Z.
She
That name ugly.
Her name just gonna be Ivy or something like that.
Z?
Z.
Wait, don't they? Yo, it's crazy. Wait, hold up. I just thought about something. Don't they have like other kids? Yeah.
Rumi and Sir.
He too young.
I don't know them.
No, they don't got a personality yet. They don't got a
What's the
personality.
name? You said Broomy?
No.
Rumi and Sir. I think
Rumi?
they're named. Yes. Yes. I think
Oh,
they're
yes.
named after authors or something.
Hold on.
Isn't
Broomy and Sir?
Does anybody
Yes.
know?
Why? This is the first time you heard about the name?
Yo, yeah.
Does anybody know what these niggas look like?
Yeah,
No.
they look like Jay-Z and Beyonce.
They pictures of them exist.
Get out.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
No, they do. I just
Pictures
saw,
of them exist.
Yeah, they just showed the trailer for that documentary she putting out, and somebody
Oh.
caught a picture of
I thought
it.
that was a trailer to the
trailer
picture
was-
of the kid.
I thought it was the
First of
trailer
all-
to
first
the
of all-
children.
The paparazzi been caught pictures of them.
Paparazzi. Every
But
time
now
that
there's
comes
like a up close picture.
Wait. So, all right, this is a crazy
Both
question
of them,
because
unless it's
I-
Photoshop.
This is a crazy question because I literally forgot about these
To the
children.
picture.
Are they twins?
Yes.
Okay. Are they a boy and girl? Or?
Yes.
All right. Sir just better be the boy.
Yes.
So, okay. All right. And who looks like who?
They both look like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Like mixed?
Just like
How
Blue
old are these
looks
kids?
like they look like Blue. The
Aren't they like months
Ah.
old?
months.
They do look like
I've
both.
done
No,
lost
they've
track,
been
man.
no, they've been around for a little.
They've been around for a
more than
little
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm
more than
tripping.
months.
Because Beyonce did that.
Yeah,
Remember
first
she
of all,
had
get
that-
your hand off your chest like
said-
I'm outraged.
Remember she had that
First of
photo
all,
shoot?
I wasn't. My hand was on my chest for them.
Yo. Hey,
How dare you.
yo.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you say I thought it
But
was
really,
a
how dare
trailer
you?
to the children.
If any children are gonna have a trailer to what they
It would
look
be
like,
them.
it would be them.
No, unless the photos are fake. Like they look like Blue. Like because Blue looks like the perfect mix of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
She does.
She really
I
does.
must admit, she does.
It's like
They get a Jay-Z child.
they like made like a perfect mix of themselves. Like
Jay-Z
they
had
look like both their
another daughter.
parents.
And didn't name her Brooklyn.
Wow,
Damn,
what a
right.
letdown.
He's a liar, yo.
Yeah, he is a liar.
That's one of the biggest lies in hip hop.
Jay-Z definitely.
3
did.
kids, 3 daughters. None of them named Brooklyn.
What's wrong with you, ho?
No, he was. he
Erase
can't-
that line.
That's because he was probably in the doctor, the hospital room. Was like, hey, B,
Brooklyn.
can I name one of them Brooklyn?
No.
Like,
No,
Sean.
Sean.
Sean, I mean, she was like, Sean, we can't name her something basic. So they had to like, not saying Brooklyn is basic to me, but it's probably basic to Beyonce.
Sir?
Oh,
Broomy?
Broomy.
I'm gonna keep calling her Broomy. I don't
Broomy.
care. Yo, Broomy?
Beehive will kill you.
yeah.
So?
Jacking up his name. What are they names like that? I don't even know which one is
See,
which
look,
one.
you don't know. They don't know me.
No, let AO speak. Let AO speak. This our last podcast. The Beehive gonna get him. Gonna cancel us.
They don't know me, dog.
We're done.
Roomy.
Yeah, we're done.
Sir. Honestly, I just forgot about the kids, though. Because Blue is like the oldest one. They don't talk about Roomy and Sir. They don't do anything
Yeah,
yet.
they keep them pretty much hidden.
Yeah. Which is, you know what? It's fine.
Hey, B. Are Rumi and Sir vegans?
Yeah.
The two lookers like,
Y'all are crazy.
y'all are crazy.
That's funny.
Yo, dog.
I can't wait to the doc though. Like I'm excited. That Coachella performance was iconic.
That joint was good.
When that documentary supposed to drop again?
April 17th on Netflix.
I'll be there on
So
my
will I.
TV.
I wanted to say, yeah, where?
My app.
At the Netflix
Yeah.
World Tour.
Do y'all watch Netflix on your phone or on your laptop?
I've
Yeah.
never watched
I can't
Netflix
watch
on my phone
anything.
before.
I
Watch
can't
on my
watch
phone.
anything on
I've
my
never
phone.
done
I
it
watched it on my
before.
phone at work.
I gotta do it.
It
on
is,
my
it
The
is
phone
very,
flicks.
It is very
The
weird.
phone.
I watched the whole movie on there, like the whole Marvel movie on my phone.
Damn.
I watch Netflix on my phone, but when I do watch Netflix, it's normally on TV. But I don't know, nothing really be on Netflix.
Netflix got a whole bunch of nothing. I ain't
It's
never seen
literally
something with so many shows, and I don't want to watch nothing
Right.
on there. I literally go to something that I watch all the time. I'm like, oh, all these movies. Let me watch a movie that I've seen before. Ooh, all these TV shows. I'm gonna stick with this TV show I've seen 30 times. Nothing.
I
is,
do the same shit.
Netflix is weird.
Yeah, I'm patiently
Bunch of
waiting for them
nothing.
to add Fresh Prince or something like that.
They're not
Fresh
gonna
Prince is on Netflix in Trinidad. When I was in Trinidad
Shut
for
up.
a month,
Really?
when I was in
Trinidad,
Trinidad, when I was in Trinidad for a month, I hopped on Netflix. Fresh Prince on there. I'm talking about the complete series.
I would never leave my house.
Season.
How does Triniflix
Every
have
season.
Fresh
Yo,
Prince, Fresh Prince, but we don't?
they had a whole bunch of stuff on there that up here don't got.
Like,
I
what
was just looking. I was
Yeah.
like,
It's
huh?
regional. At different regions
Because
got different stuff.
they still go off the UK joint. So UK Netflix got all that. First of all, why the fuck are you giving the Fresh Prince to the UK before you give it to America?
To the U.S.
To the U.S.
Haha.
He was so confused.
They probably doing it alphabetically.
Make
Well,
no
the
sense.
UK.
K come before S.
Right.
I can't do
Bastards.
that.
Well, Ashley was from the UK.
I came back here
So,
salty.
so
Jeffrey,
Carlton,
Jeffrey
me.
was from the UK, and he was the most important character on this show.
You think Jeffrey's the most important?
Jeffrey actually created the series. He used to-
Jeffrey wrote the series. So it was only right that we put the show in the UK. Yeah. UK.
Check it out.
He had his own. He said, hold up. You ain't even finished. You said the UK. He said, he didn't even know what else to say.
No, I don't think Jeffrey's the most important character.
Jeffrey might be able to. Yo, y'all sleeping on Jeffrey's role.
He's
Yo,
funny.
Why did you think I was sick?
yo Master William, man.
Master William.
Master
She
William.
said, wait, you think Jeffrey's the most important character?
Hey, yo,
No.
G.
Will Smith's dad is.
Lou.
Wow.
Yeah. Lou is the most important character in that show.
He said.
It just happened.
He said. Well, what did he say? No, he was just like, he was like, hey, get off my back. He said, you think I wanted this? It just happened. I was like, yo, what?
Pop
Transforming.
It just happened.
You think I want this?
I'm having a stroke.
Yo, I wish y'all could see their movements. It's so funny. No, but the show is nothing without Carlton. Like, Carlton is definitely my favorite.
Carlton, your favorite character on
It's the
there?
most
Yes.
important character, yo.
The most
Carlton.
important.
Why?
It's the most important one.
What do you mean why?
Well, like you be all like, yo, I hate Carlton. Yo.
What?
I hate what Carlton does. Like, I think you ever have a character and
He's
you hate
hilarious.
their voice sometimes. Like Martin, I like
feel you.
I like Gina, but I hate the way she says some stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
It just make me want to just like
It's cringy.
ew. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like you
cringy.
cringe. I don't want like I don't.
You cringe when you hear Carlton?
Sometimes we like, but yeah, like it's always like a whining like a. Like a yeah, like a girl did. Like it's like always something like. First of all, I'm about to say something so fake. I'm about to be like, but Jeff, but he don't never whine about Jeff.
But Jeff.
He never.
But Jeff.
Nah, Carlton's my guy. He makes
no,
me
whine
so
about Jeff.
I like Carlton, yo. I love Carlton, yo.
Thank you.
He alright.
I don't
I'm just saying
I
when
don't
he
think
won.
that show wouldn't survive without him.
No. I think they need Carlton.
Yeah, yo.
It's just like I said. Sometimes I hear him say some stuff and I be like, yeah, he's like, but Jeff.
But Jeff.
Yo, that would never be a line in that show, yo. He never cared about Jeff doing anything.
Yo.
Remember when they was like trapped in the wilderness, and then the show comes on. Carlton's like, it still gives me nightmares having to witness an injustice like that. I can still hear them taunting him. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Oh my god, yo.
Why couldn't
Yo.
you just give him some cereal?
Yo, that was a real point, yo. All my life, I've been so mad.
Why can't he have cereal?
Give him a bowl. Like,
He's
think about
on the box.
Yo, he's a rabbit.
But, yo,
give him a bowl.
he's on the box.
First
It's
of all,
his cereal.
First of all, they all dirty as shit. They just hanging out in the woods. And this rabbit comes running out of the woods. Like
Yo.
floating in the air with cereal pieces.
That rabbit
And
chased
they
y'all
can't-
down for years.
Yeah. Yo, honestly.
Yo, like,
Why is no
no
one
cereal.
shocked at rabbit?
Yeah.
Like if this rabbit is stalking me
But the thing
for
is,
my
though,
cereal.
you're right, though. But the thing is, though, why doesn't he deserve it at the same time? Like you said, yo, I would have showed them kids, be like, yo, give me some of that cereal, dog. And they be like, no, silly rabbit. No, cut all that. Ain't no silly rabbit. I'm on the box.
That's me on the box,
I'm
nigga.
on the box. Yo, I am on the box.
And they gonna be like,
hate that
and
shit.
if I was one of the kids, I'd be like, all right, bet, bitch. Then why do I got the box and you don't?
I'm like, why am I on the box and you not, though?
He said, bitch, why I got the box of you?
If you want the box, how come you don't got a box of cereal?
Yo,
Looks like you need me way more than y'all need
look
me.
like you need me to get you. How you need? He did need the kids to get his own product, but still,
Yo.
give him some. Yo, he been making it his job, like
For
his life
years.
is duty. And, yo, first of all, he been making it his life duty, and he been trying so hard. But
Yo.
man, he somehow stayed the same age all these years as in rabbit years,
Yo.
just to stay alive so he can get
My
this
man been
bowl.
at it for so long.
No.
Tricks changed shape.
No. Fuck that rabbit. Yo, Tony the Tiger is on the front of Frosted Flakes, and he gives Frosted Flakes out. The rabbit is on the box of Trix, and he's hunting children down.
No, because those
They
children
stole it.
They
They
just
stole
They
it.
didn't steal it.
Yes, they did.
Yo, first of all, Tony the Tiger is a tiger. He will knock all of them the fuck out. First of all, a rabbit is not killing these
The
kids.
Trix rabbit is on the box, correct?
Yes.
Meaning at some point in his life, they had a photo shoot with him going about the boxes, and he couldn't get a box.
Yo, listen, hold on. But that's not his fault. This is the thing. This is what happened.
That
First of
rabbit
all-
woke up. They had a casting call for a box mascot for Trix cereal.
All right.
He passed. He won. He got the picture. And you didn't think once while you were there, like, let me get a box?
They did him dirty.
No, they
it
didn't.
wasn't in his contract, and he didn't know.
It's cereal.
So now he's fighting for a box that he deserves.
This is much more important than the Nipsey comment. All right, man. So, what do you like? He's fighting for a box he didn't deserve?
No, he
He
deserved
it. But they
But they
didn't
ain't give it to him. But they gave it to the little dickhead kids that was at the photo shoot too.
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense because them commercials have been coming on for years. They were never all the same children. All those kids were
No.
the same.
In his
photo shoot.
contract, he didn't read. They said, yo, we're going to put you on this box, but every every single time we bring out a commercial, they get a new like fresh generation of children that they let the
Then they
children
get
have
a
the
box.
and he does it. But he didn't read the fine print. But that's not to say that he don't deserve it though. He does deserve the.
The nigga needs some tricks.
Did he still a dickhead? You didn't read your contract?
He ain't no lawyers. He's a rabbit.
But he clearly had a way to be contacted for the shoot though.
Yeah.
Yo, I ain't say he ain't have a Gmail, but he ain't got no lawyer. They hit him up.
Gmail.
He got a cell
The first
phone.
commercial for that was like 1989.
He had an R mail, the rabbit mail. Man, that's what he had.
Right. Yo, he had it, yo.
So he has a government address,
Yes, he has an address.
Cell phone.
but he couldn't. But he can read mail, but he couldn't read his contract.
Listen, man. Listen.
They had it in a different language.
right.
What language is that?
Rabbit language.
Turtle.
Exactly. Yeah. Turtle. But he made it.
But humans had the photo shoot, clearly.
They did.
If there was kids there. Is it going to be a warehouse full of turtles inviting human children in to have a photo shoot with a rabbit about humans? What type of shit is
Yo,
this?
listen, though. It was a corporation, man. Listen.
It was the government.
They sent the email to the R mail to his email, all right? They sent it to him for the casting call, and then they just said, listen, man, we would have sent it to your address, but we felt like it'd be easier this way. So we're not gonna send it to 23 Trix Road or Trix Boulevard, and we're not gonna do all that. So they sent it to the casting call. He ain't had no lawyers because he was just a boy just from the streets. He was working at UPS, he was chilling. So
Wait, what?
He didn't have
remember
lawyers,
that. I
he
saw
didn't
him
have money
there
for all
before,
that.
too.
Right. So therefore
Chick was out before y'all was born.
so
say?
that's false. So but listen, he ain't had no lawyers. He couldn't afford them. So when he went, he blindly he was just looking for his big break, his shot. So he was like, "Yo, this photo shoot, this is it, and I'm gonna get some nourishment. I'm out here eating carrots. I'm out here eating carrots and dead grass and more dead carrots. But I need some tricks in my life. So it's like I
That's
need
not
some,
nourishment.
Talk that history.
Tricks is
Yo,
just cereal.
listen. I need some tricks. I
Steak,
need it.
He was
So-
better off with the carrots.
They was dead. So it's like, yo, they was dead carrots, dead grass, just dead stuff out there. He was a broke rabbit with no job, no support. What was he going to do? He needed the photo shoot. He went out there, did it, boom. He had no lawyers, terms and agreements wasn't they weren't legible enough for him. So clearly he got fucked over by like 20 generations
Weren't
of kids.
legible enough. There was an email he read. He couldn't read
History.
the.
No, it
lesson
wasn't in
on
there.
these niggas.
That wasn't in there. The casting call photo shoot information was in the email. Not the actual because he didn't get it yet. He was just that was the opportunity email, and he went, and then that's when he got it. They knew he was
I
good
just
from
think
the rip.
besides Tony the Tiger, all these cereal mascots is bitches.
Why?
Well, the Lucky Charms bull keeps it
Lucky
away from
Char-
the children.
That's a grown ass man, yo. Keeping cereal from
I
children.
mean, Lucky Charms, he keeps it away from the children,
Man,
yo.
fuck all that.
Yo, no, children fuck that. That's probably the same children from the trick shit trying to be greedy and get some more fucking cereal.
They box
So he
hopping.
keep that shit away from them. They ain't getting none of that shit just to keep your damn tricks. Dickhead ass kids.
They probably, you know what? They probably are the same
The
kids.
same children. Somehow they stay young.
The same
Then how do you explain pedophile ass Toucan Sam even though he's a different species, going around children saying, "Follow your nose, kids."
Man,
He called Toucan Sam a
first of
pedophile.
all,
He wants kids.
Toucan Sam.
He wants kids.
You know what?
Yo.
Toucan Sam does want kids. Toucan
Forgot
Sam
about him.
is the R. Kelly of cereal. But Toucan Sam is the R. Kelly of
Might
cereal.
be right.
All right, he's the R. Kelly of cereal. We let him have that.
He did used to be leading kids away to some strange places.
Like, who tells anybody to follow their nose?
Follow your nose wherever it goes.
Wherever it goes. Who knows where that is?
Oops, it went into my bedroom, children. That's where the Fruit Loops are. Some people call me a Fruit Loop.
He said, come on.
He said, "Come on,
Follow your nose.
follow your nose." Oops, you're in my bed. Oops, you're in my cage.
He said, "Oops."
My cage.
It's here, my cage. Come on. Get in this joint.
Why did his voice change?
Oops, yo,
He said, you're in my cage. So
come
what you
on.
trying to do?
What you trying to do in this joint?
What you trying to
Yo,
get into?
stop it.
Trying to get into? Some Fruit Loops and chill.
Yo, the only mascot that
that's
has some
wrong.
balls is Tony the Tiger, yo. He just would run up in the schools, but here, kids, take this shit.
Yeah.
With
Like,
lightning
take it.
bolts coming
Like-
down, just throwing cereal bowls at children.
Yeah,
he the realest
Not
one.
hitting them in the head with it, and they still get up and eat it.
He is
Like,
the realest one. He the realest one.
He is.
He the realest one.
He like he actually like takes care of the community. Like he's like, first of all, you're like a tiger made out of lightning. Like I don't even know who made you or anything. I don't even know who your parents
Hold
are.
up.
But
But we not gonna forget about Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
no,
They some
crackheads.
real ass niggas too, though. But they real ass niggas.
No, they like whole crackheads, yo.
But they give out cereal, then they create treats with the cereal. They real niggas.
So they crackheads and crack dealers at the same
That's
time.
like-
They just making bricks. They just
like-
making bricks of Rice Krispies.
that's like how they
They're
just add.
the Pusha T of
Yeah.
cereal.
That's just like
Pusha T's a real nigga.
So basically, they like. So basically, the Rice Krispies was the weed, and then the treats is the edible.
Yeah.
So basically, they just doing attachments to their drugs. So basically, that's like adding on like stuff to weed and lacing it.
They the plug.
No, we the plug.
Be the plug.
That's where it should end.
But wait. Before we do go in, yo, J-Mar, you got to give it up to your mans, yo. Your man's Lil Nas.
Yo,
Let's go.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Go ahead,
Yo,
let the people know.
Nas, yo.
Remind the people.
My
Let people
man
know.
Lil Nas X. He dropped this song called the hell is that shit called Old Town
Town
Road.
Road.
And that joint shot to it was a shot
talked
like
about it last time, how
number
he
one
ain't
on
get his
the
props.
country shot the number one on the country charts. What Billboard do? Some hating ass niggas took it down. Took it down. Say it didn't have enough country elements. You know what this nigga went and did? You know what he did?
He added Billy Ray Cyrus.
He went and got Billy Ray Cyrus, the achy breaky heart nigga, whatever the name of that damn song was. That boy, Miley Cyrus Pop hopped on the remix, ran that joint. Now that joint number one on the charts.
Now,
I don't know. Is it number one on the country charts? Or
Yes,
is it-
it's number one now.
on the country charts.
I don't know. I
I
think
just
it's the
know
number
it's number one on the
No,
charts.
Billboard.
Period.
It's the number one song in the
On the
country.
Billboard 100.
Billboard.
Look at that. Look at that. Y'all tried to shit on my young boy, and he shitted on y'all.
And we gonna support him
Yeah, you gotta
in
give it to
spite
him.
of the Billboard.
Yo, Billy Ray ran
He
that
did. I ain't gonna lie,
track,
that's
yo.
the first
It
time I heard
was
of that shit.
dope.
I was like,
No,
yo,
it was dope.
It was real. It was so. I think what's amazing me about that song is that, I mean, of course it got like a trap like bounce to it or whatever, but it's still different. Like nobody else did nothing like that, yo. I mean, like recently, nobody else did anything like that, and then it just jumped up the charts just like super quick like that. It's just like, yo, I'm proud of the young boy.
I'm proud of him too. Like I
Yeah.
think more artists should do that. Like I mentioned last week, what's the majigga? K Michelle always said she wanted to do country, and she
dropped a snippet.
yeah,
of
she dropped a snippet of a
country track.
yodeling song or whatever, and it sounded alright to me. Like I think we should really, like black people, we should really like go back into country.
We about to run country now.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Lil Nas, it was like a year ago or something. He had posted something on Twitter. It was a snippet of him listening to the song,
Yeah.
a video of him listening to the song, and he said, "Somebody help me get Billy Ray on the remix."
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. Yo, listen.
And now all of a sudden, 2019,
he
got
got
Billy
it.
Ray. And not only is Billy Ray on the remix, he's talking about on Twitter to his white fan base about how unfair it is,
Oh,
how they took him down. He said he remembered when he got taken off of Billboard, how unfair it was. I don't know. I didn't look it up to see what song it was that got taken off of Billboard. But he's like talking to his fan base about how it's unfair and stuff like that. He said when he heard the song, he wanted to know what about it wasn't country. Like what elements was it missing? So then he just hopped on that
see,
joint.
man.
That's
He knew he
dope.
deserved.
They
he
couldn't
knew
even
he
deny it
deserved
now. Billy Ray on it.
Yeah, what you
Yeah,
gonna say
that's
now?
dope.
Country as it gets.
Dog, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Shout out to Lil Nas.
Can't believe I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, dog.
Congrats, young king.
Yo, when
Listen
the
to that
last
song
time
every
something
day.
like this happened? You think this do it
I
every
listen to the
day?
song every day. And it's short, so I listen to it a lot.
I'm about to say,
every
It's
it
only
is.
like a minute and 30
I'm about to
seconds.
say that joint was super short.
another thing I wanted to address you, how you added all of us in this leaked snippet of Kendrick Lamar like dissing Big
I think that
Sean.
might be old.
Yeah, it says from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that might be old.
We're not getting that.
I knew that had to be around. That probably was around the time when Big Sean
Control.
first came out of him.
I want to know what the issue is for real. All right, we talked about the control thing.
And Big Sean
but-
came to him in no interviews.
All right, I don't want to talk about it.
Don't hate.
Yeah, it ain't going
Because Big Sean not going to address it anyway because he just went on stage and did that tribute to Nipsey and said he's not about no beef, only positivity. So I dig it.
I better not hear a single shot on his album.
I don't think it will be. Well, I hope not. Who knows now?
Who knows?
All of the we did get some feedback from last episode. Some of the ladies was triggered from
Hookah smoke.
talking about that hookah smoke.
Yup.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Hookah smoke.
listen.
Yes. Yes, bitch.
Suffocate my phone.
Hookah smoke, yo. That's
Act up. You can get snatched up.
Hookah
Yes.
smoke is so
And that's your song.
relevant today. Like it's
No.
so
What's your
important
favorite
to the
No.
female species on Instagram.
Listen, man, I understand ladies doing it and everything. But none of y'all dudes better hit us up like, no, my nigga, I'll blow
In
my
the
hookah
phone.
smoke into the phone too. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
be like, nah.
I'll take my hookah selfie. Why you mad at me?
I don't think guys should do hookah smoke.
Niggas is
Selfies.
weird.
Yeah, they shouldn't do the selfies. I don't even want to talk to the hostess who gives you the hookah thing. It just has to be there. Because then they got like the weird names too. I can't see a dude being like, yeah, let me get the hookah smoke. I want the citrus passion smoke
Never-
flavor.
Anytime I've done hookah, never me and order it.
Nah, you can't.
Always let the
You
lady
can't.
order it.
Because I'm not going to look up at her and be like, can I get the peppermint dream?
Can I get
Yeah,
that
right.
thug passion hookah?
Can I have the pineapple mist?
Right. Right. Like, no. And getting right on the screen, and you got this little plastic piece of
Can I get that raging raspberry?
I'm good.
Can I get the cherry pleasure, please?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Hookah's still pointless to me.
It is.
It doesn't bother me when girls do it.
It's more
It's more
it's more
men.
acceptable for y'all. I mean, but it's like the whole concept is like it's just funny to think.
I don't know. It
about.
just makes me cringe. Like, it's not. I mean, continue to do you, but it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
makes me
yeah.
cringe.
Yeah, y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah,
out there.
don't say do your thing regardless.
No judgment, but
It's just funny.
it's fun. It's cringy.
You hooked out.
Out.
Hooked out.
I can't be in there getting the Cantaloupe Express or whatever this shit is called.
Express.
What?
All right, man. Is there anything else we got to cover? Anything else y'all trying to talk about?
No, man, we got listen, man.
My main
King
thing
Nip.
I wanted to talk about was Nip, man.
Rest in peace, Nipsey.
Doing that victory
Love.
to the pearly gate.
Stream his music because he
Because he
owns all his masters.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's been
own
telling
my
us.
own masters.
And
Own all of them.
he'll let y'all know. I want all of them, and Trix Rabbit deserves some tricks. I mean, that's all I gotta say. That's it.
Trick rabbit.
That Trix Rabbit don't deserve shit, yo. He not a go-getter, yo.
Dog. The contract.
He tried so hard, but he really not trying. Like you think he could? Why don't he just go to the store?
Dog.
They don't sell it in his
yeah.
universe. The
Yeah.
kids have the only box.
Yeah.
You creating shit now.
The
That's
kids
what
have
you
the
talking
only
about.
box. It is a different universe. We don't got no damn Trix Rabbit walking around.
I'm
Us?
talking about within. Where'd the kids get the cereal?
From
They got the only box. in the
Why is
world.
it? But there's been mad commercials with different kids and different boxes of cereal.
No,
Yo, they
like,
all trading off that one box.
at these shoots, they have one box that's there, but they don't get. They give it to the children. They see the picture. The photo shoot is a distraction, but while they're taking it, they're taking like yeah, right there, yeah, take this one. Oh yeah, turn around, yeah. All on the while they got a box and they handing it to this big group of children while they're taking the pictures, and then they run out, and then by the end of the John, he don't even realize that he was supposed to get the box, so he leaves. He might think they're gonna get it. He think they're gonna mail
Listen,
it to him.
man.
They doing
When the rabbit
dirty.
when the rabbit started beating children up, we gonna see.
I'm with that.
He needs to.
1000%.
Toucan Sam didn't treat us like this.
Because two can't sit. You know what?
He said, go in my cage.
Follow your nose. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Found my cage.
hey, B. We got any Trix cereal?
Sean.
I'm just saying.
Sean.
I got platinum album. You don't be talking to me like that.
Hey, Blue. We got any Shut up, Dad.
You don't have any platinum albums?
What?
Yes, I do so. But like reasonable doubt.
All he even has to. He didn't name it
I do so.
The blueprint. Blueprint 2. Blueprint 3. And the blue. Wait, I ain't had no.
I had no blueprint before. No.
American Gangster had blue magic.
Shut up, Dad.
After all that, she's still like,
Shut up. You're crazy.
Why you being so crazy?
Why you treat me like this?
It's your boy.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
B.
For the aux core, I'm Ant.
I'm Jazz.
Crazy.
I'm Coolio again.
J-Bar.
And that's it. We the plug. You unplug. Hit us up, man. Auxcore Cast.
Want everything.
Instagram, Twitter. auxcorecast@gmail.com. Send us anything. And that's it. Peace.
Save her.